Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Lessons from Asha. Till now we were exploring something very interesting. We saw that certain objects attract each other whereas there are certain other objects which repel each other. And we found that Coulomb studied these interactions and mathematically formulated Coulomb's law. But a question always remains in our mind. What are these charges and where does they come from? Are these charges found on the surface of the object, or are they found something within the object, or are they found by rubbing the objects, or is there anything other than that? So today, let's start our journey of exploring the hidden electrical world of ordinary objects.
To understand electrostatics deeply, we first need to understand where electric charges actually come from. Everything around us appears ordinary, but hidden inside matter is a fascinating electrical world. Every material around us is made up of atoms. Inside atoms, we have positively charged protons, negatively charged electrons and neutrons. Normally, the number of protons and electrons remain equal. Therefore, the object appears electrically neutral. This means electric charges are not newly created during charging. They already exist inside the matter. If the objects are already neutral, then how do they become charged? When objects interact through rubbing or contact, electrons can move from one object to another. Electrons are comparatively free to move while protons remain fixed inside the nucleus. If an object gains electron, it becomes negatively charged, and if it loses electrons, it becomes positively charged. For example, when a plastic comb is rubbed on a dry hair, electron transfers from hair to the comb. One very important idea in electrostatics is conservation of charge. Charges are not created during rubbing. They are only transferred from one object to another. The total charge remains conserved. Excess charges usually remain on the surface of objects. Why does this happen? Because similar charges repel each other. They try to move as far away from one another as possible. This idea later became very important while studying conductors and electrostatic equilibrium. Some materials allow electrons to move very easily. Such materials are called conductors. In conductors, charges can travel freely throughout the material. For example, copper, aluminum, and most of the metals. In some materials, electrons cannot move freely. They remain tightly bound. Such materials are called insulators. For example, rubber, plastic, and glass. That is why many plastic objects can hold static charges for longer periods. Some materials behave in between conductors and insulators. They are called semiconductors. Silicon and germanium are common examples. Modern electronics and computer technology are built using semiconductors. Now we understand that charges already exist inside matter. But another fascinating question still remains. How did scientists produce and control charged objects carefully enough to study electric forces? That is exactly what we explore in the next lesson, Methods of Charging.
So today we understood that electric charges do exist in matter and charging involves transfer of electrons. We also explored that there are different materials which behave differently based on this movement of charges. Understanding this basic idea is very important to create a foundation for all the further concepts of electrostatics. In the next lesson, we'll see the different methods of charging and also we'll see how scientists had used these different methods of charging to create electric charged objects and study the electric forces between them. I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson and I'll see you in the next lesson.
If you found this explanation helpful, do like, share and subscribe to the channel for more simple and interesting physics concepts based on the NCERT syllabus. So see you in the next lesson. Until then, bye-bye.